Hi guys, it's Morgan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about episode 19 of season 6 of Riverdale, chapter 114, The Witches of Riverdale. Now, if you haven't seen the episode, there will be spoilers in this review, so stop watching if you don't want to be spoiled. So, here's my review for episode 19 of season 6 of Riverdale, chapter 114, The Witches of Riverdale. It was a pretty smart plan when everyone was pretending to bury everyone who died, so Percival wouldn't suspect their plan of bringing everyone who died back. And it was also really good that Kevin planned to go to New York with Moose, since he didn't want to put everyone in more danger from Percival. But before he could leave, Sheriff Keller and Uncle Frank stopped him and took him to Percival. But I was really proud of Kevin for fighting Percival's control when he tried to get Kevin to tell him what his friends were up to. Now, I know they're under Percival's control, but it really annoys me that Uncle Frank seems to have no problem with the fact that Percival killed his nephew Archie, and Sheriff Keller seems to have no problem with the fact that Percival wants to kill his son Kevin. It was really annoying when Percival made Reggie in charge of the Babylonium since Veronica was grieving. Since Kevin was able to break free from Percival's control, I was hoping that Reggie and everyone else that Percival's controlling would be able to too. And thankfully, Reggie was able to escape Percival's control. Since we knew that Sabrina was coming back in this episode, I was hoping we would find out where Nick was. So while I was glad that we did, it was still really sad to find out that Nick had to stay in the sweet hereafter so Sabrina could live. It was nice that we got to see Sabrina and Nick together since Nick possessed Jughead's body, but I would have really liked to have actually seen Nick. And even though in this episode Nick and Sabrina seem to have a final goodbye, knowing Sabrina, I'm sure she'll find a way to visit Nick in the sweet hereafter. It was nice to see how happy everyone who died were in the sweet hereafter, but I still couldn't wait to see Sabrina help bring everyone back. And when Jughead told Sabrina that he didn't want to come back, I was hoping that she would be able to convince him, but she didn't. But she did get him to agree to let Nick possess his body so Nick could help, which understandably Tabitha was not happy about. Since Betty wasn't able to go into the sweet hereafter to get Archie, it made sense that Veronica was chosen to get Archie, since she also has a connection with him. And I was wondering if this was a hint that Veronica and Archie could possibly get back together. And even though Archie said that he didn't want to go back since he was happy with Betty and their kids, it was good that Veronica tried to get him to go back to the real Betty, and it showed how well Veronica knows Archie when she told him that she knows that he'll do the right thing. When Percival told Reggie to kill Kevin, it was good that Reggie was against it at first, but then Percival told Reggie that he would give Kevin's heart to Reggie's dad so Reggie's dad would live. And that definitely put Reggie in a hard position. So I was hoping that he would do the right thing. And after Reggie's dad told Reggie that he's ready to die, Reggie's conscience convinced him to do the right thing and run away with his dad and Kevin. But Percival caught them and plans to kill them. But Reggie has one of Percival's knives and plans to kill Percival with it. So hopefully that works out. I thought it was strange that Archie and Jughead knew that they were dead, but Tony and Fangs didn't, and they thought they were alive and that Cheryl was lying. It was also really emotional when Cheryl saw Polly and Jason together, and you could tell that she wanted to stay with them, but knew that she couldn't. I was really glad to see Polly and Jason together, since they didn't get a happy ending together when they were alive. Since the first try to bring everyone back failed, I really liked when Sabrina said that Cheryl is the only one that could bring everyone back. But I was also worried since Heather said that the souls might not come back whole and they might resent being brought back. And Sabrina also told Cheryl to be careful since Death doesn't like to be cheated. But for now, I'm really happy that Jughead got his hearing back and that he can still read minds. But he remembers seeing another Jughead, so I'm excited to see what happens with that. And based on the promo, it looks like somehow Jughead and Tabitha end up in Riverdale and meet that Jughead. Since Cheryl brought back Polly and Jason, I'm excited to see Betty and Alice's reaction to seeing Polly, but I'm also worried since Sabrina told Cheryl that Death doesn't like to be cheated, and since Jason and Polly had been dead longer than everyone else, it's clear that Death is definitely not going to be happy. And you could also tell that Heather was worried when she saw what Cheryl did. I've said before that I loved Archie and Veronica together, but I have no problem with Archie and Betty together. But since Tabitha told Veronica that the futures with Archie and Betty together and the futures with Archie and Veronica together are almost equal, that means anything can happen. It was also a surprise when Tabitha told Tony and Fangs that Anthony's immortal and that Tabitha is Riverdale's guardian angel. Thanks for watching, guys! If you saw the episode, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. And if you want to see any of my previous Riverdale reviews, check out the playlist. And if you want to see any of my future Riverdale reviews or any of my other future videos, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.